Well, recording this episode may get me more critical email and hate mail than I've ever gotten before, or maybe nobody will care. I'm not really sure. Could be recording this is just a big mistake, but I'm going to do it because I think it needs to be done. It's your old Uncle Ray here. First of all, let's get one thing out of the way. The rumors of my retirement and the end of my career because of Parkinson's disease have been greatly exaggerated by those who wish it were true, because it's not true. I did have a significant stretch of time off toward the end of the year because I had brain surgery, deep brain stimulation. You can see my video on TikTok with 1.1 million views so far of what happened as a result of that surgery, but it suppressed most of the symptoms, the most troublesome symptoms of Parkinson's. It's not a cure. It's not gone. I still have it. I still have a little shake, a little shimmer, a little shimmy. Shake and bake, baby, though. I can function again. I can drive myself places in my car. I can travel. I can write with my hand and a pen on paper. I'm so grateful for what has happened because of that surgery, and I'm doing extremely well. I've got more energy than I've had in years. It's like I got 7 or 8 years back on the clock, and I don't mean to waste it. That's part of the reason why we're recording this. So first, just wanted to say I'm back. I'm 100% back, and to the consternation of some, I'm back more than I have been in years. So deal with it. I'm here. You got to deal with it. Second reason this episode might give me some criticism is because I'm going to talk about something that most people don't like to hear about. W-O-R-K, work. It's time for us to go to work. Those of us who have businesses, I'm going to explain what I mean. I've got 7 questions I want to start us off with. 7 questions that I believe every entrepreneur, every creator, every personal brand, every business that does business on the internet has got to answer one way or another, either consciously or unconsciously. You're going to answer these questions. Question 1, are you prepared for recession, inflation, the elections, civil unrest, the next great breakout or outbreak of some virus or fungi or whatever might be coming around the corner? Are you prepared for it? Are you ready? Do you have cash reserves on hand to get you through this time? That's a big question that is really important as we come up on probable puzzles that'll be presented to us to deal with by life, the universe, God, time, fate, whatever you think is dealing out the cards. We're gonna have some stuff to deal with, I'm pretty sure. I think it's God, just saying. Question number 2. I got notes here, so if you're watching this on YouTube and it bothers you that I'm looking at the other screen to see my notes, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I cover everything I believe you need to hear. This episode is for you. It's not going to make me more popular because I'm going to tell you right up front. My point in this whole podcast is this. Many people, many business people, many entrepreneurs, many people who want to start their own business or who've been running their own side hustle would like for there to be a simple answer to these complex questions I'm going to raise. There aren't. The implication behind wanting a 60-second answer to a very complex question is you think it can be answered fully in 60 seconds. No, it can't. That's why it's called a complex question. Question number 2, do you have a systematic approach to marketing that brings you a reliable source of customers you can afford? And if you don't know what the question means, it's an automatic no, you don't have it. If you do know what it means, do you have that system written? Is it repeatable? And is it in fact on repeat? If the answer to those questions is no, you have an idea of a system, but not a full-fledged system. You need one desperately. It's got to bring you cash flow like clockwork. Question 3, is your business lean and clean, or is it a cash-eating leech that's draining the very life out of you every week, week in and week out? I talk to enough entrepreneurs to know for a lot of people, the answer to that question is, it's a leech. Let me free. Set me free. Question 4, are you already using AI, artificial intelligence, in your business, especially if you're a writer, a photographer, or an artist? If the answer is no, you're already behind the curve. You've got to get on top of this now. The time to have gotten on top of it would have been about a year ago, but now is the next best time. Question number 5 comes to us courtesy of Gary Vaynerchuk. Are you consistently distributing 50 to 100 pieces of content? Yes, 50 to 100 pieces of content every day on the various social media platforms that matter. If the answer is no, that's a fail. You got to do better. Question number 6, is your shadow brand killing your business online? Don't know what a shadow brand is? We'll discuss it. It's what people find that you don't want them to see about your business. It's what they're finding that you don't even know exists about your business. You have a brand online, whether you believe it or not. The question is, are you in conscious control of it or not? And the answer for most entrepreneurs, even the very successful ones, not even aware there is such a thing as a shadow brand. There is, and you need to take control of it. Question number 7, is your marketing dynamically controlled by artificial intelligence so that it's responsive to your customers' needs, wants, and desires without your intervening at all? It better be, because your competitors' marketing certainly will be. If you feel concerned about any of these questions, if they make you feel a little uneasy, you should listen to the rest of this podcast. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible, but no simpler. Because questions like these, complex questions that address complex marketplace issues, are not answerable in 60 seconds, at least not answerable in an intelligent way. So listen up. The life of your business may depend upon it. What qualifies me to talk about this? I've been doing this for decades. You can go to the website at rayedwards.com and look at my About page. I've been doing this kind of marketing for decades now for some of the top names in the business, including Jack Canfield, Michael Hyatt, Jeff Walker, Tony Robbins, Frank Kern, many others. I won't continue name dropping. You can go to my website, rayedwards.com, where I have plenty of propaganda that tells you how smart I am, because that's not the point. The real point is how many people have I helped with my advice and my copywriting and my marketing chops in the past? And the answer is thousands of them, tens of thousands of them, to the tune of over $500 million so far in estimated sales of products and services online. So I know something about what I'm talking about. I'm on a lifetime mission of helping you communicate your ideas and your products and your services better so that you can sell more of whatever you sell or say what you say better than you said it before so you can have more impact in the world. That's the point of business, is to relieve suffering by having positive impact on other human beings. That's the only way to succeed long-term in any kind of business. Honestly, helping people. Across those decades, man, it feels weird saying that. Across those decades, I have been through a few market cycles that have been tumultuous, like the one we're in right now, chaotic. Here's what I've learned. Chaos in the marketplace is opportunity for entrepreneurs because people are hurting more than ever and they're looking for someone to help them. And that someone is you. And I'm not saying you take advantage of them by jacking up your prices or cutting back on your service so you can take more customers. I'm saying you do a better job serving them initially at your expense. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to describe how we're doing it. That I'm walking the talk. I'm modeling what we're saying in the podcast by what we're actually doing in our company. We're investing in you. We're investing in the viewers, the listeners, the readers, people who aren't spending any money with us at all right now, because I want to help you first. That's my trick. That's my subtle, sneaky trick of how to get people's trust, by being trustworthy and helping you by actually giving you help. That's a lesson I learned from one of my mentors and teacher and good friend, Frank Kern. Thanks for the advice, Frank. So here's what I know over those decades and through those up and down markets. Things are always changing, and people who are afraid of the change get left behind, and people who are embrace the change and step into it and step up to the plate and work harder to make things work for their clients tend to do very, very well. Fortunes are made during marketplace chaos times. That's what we have right now, a chaotic marketplace, and a lot of people are scared. But not you, intrepid entrepreneur. You're not scared. You're looking forward with excitement because you know big things are coming for you and for me and anybody who wants to step up to the plate and actually help people. So the rules just changed again. And it seems like we've been saying that for 3 years now. Pandemic changed the rules. We were just getting the game all figured out, what the new economy actually looks like, when suddenly everything changed again. AI showed up. Chat GTP. Everybody's talking about it. Even like your grandma's talking about Chat GTP. Google is pooping their pants because of Chat GTP. They just had a big demo. Google just had a big demo of their new AI technology. I think it's called Bard. And I guess it was kind of a flop. I didn't watch it, so I don't know exactly what happened. But like they had a demo set up on a phone that they couldn't find. Google, dancing to the tune of Chat GTP now, because people are finding it's more effective at getting the information they want than searching Google. Go figure. So you were just getting the game figured out, then the game changes, then it changes again. Google is running scared from a brand new company most people had not even heard of 6 months ago. And what does this mean to you beyond that? It means you probably are feeling a little hard pressed because you've got more competitors now, especially because AI makes it easy to be your competitor. If you're a freelance copywriter, guess what? Everybody just got a lot better because they're using ChatGPT or some other such AI writing tool to better their writing. So now you feel like you're constantly behind trying to play catch up. What are you going to do about AI? What are you going to do about all the new competition? What are you going to do about the fact that they're better than they were 2 weeks ago or 30 days ago? Some entrepreneurs I talk to these days are telling me they don't even like their business anymore. They just want to quit. They just want to retire, but they can't because they have a staff they don't want to lay off, or they have debt, or they have a big overhead to cover. So they got to keep in business just to take care of the overhead. That's a lousy place to be, but you don't have to stay there. You have control. You have agency. You can respond to the marketplace conditions, and you can recognize that this is an opportunity, not a problem. It's an opportunity. It's really important. The obstacle is the way. Read Ryan Holiday's book. Read the book by my friend Michael Hyatt and his co-author Megan Hyatt Miller, who wrote Mind Your Mindset, just out this week. Check it out at Amazon or wherever you buy books. It demonstrates the science behind all these things we've heard from motivational speakers and teachers over the years who say, what you speak matters in life. It changes reality. You change your words, you change your world. Somebody super smart said that one time, and I agree with him. Many of us are also dealing with expectation overload. At least that's what I call it. I blame Gary Vaynerchuk. He's the person who let everybody know by demonstrating it first that the way to build a brand online these days is on social media platforms. It's not through buying ads on network TV. Sorry, network TV. It's by building it on social. And you do it by offering up real, authentic, helpful content. It took me a long time to get this. I came from a marketing background where you only gave content as a way to get people to buy stuff from you. You didn't actually give them free stuff, like free information, especially if you're a consultant, a marketing consultant and a business growth strategist like I am. You didn't give them your best ideas for free, but now that's what we do because that's the way we build the know, love, and trust factor. We reach the trust tipping point, as we say in our company. And that tipping point is reached when we've given people enough free help that they say to themselves, gosh, that Ray Edwards guy, he's taught me so much about copywriting for free, and it's helped me save my business or make more money or make enough money to be able to afford to hire somebody to help me. I hear these stories all the time. That now that I really need some help, I'm going to go to him and his company and see if they can help me. That's a strategy for getting business. That's how Gary Vaynerchuk has built VaynerMedia. His entire empire has been built on him giving away all his secrets, quote unquote, for free because they prove his expertise. They built his dominant position in the marketplace. That's a brilliant strategy, and it makes it a little harder for other people to get into the space because now they have to create video content like Gary V, or do they? And does it make it harder? This is where mindset comes in because what really happened is Gary made it easier. First of all, he created a kind of content nobody had seen before, and people who'd never heard of him suddenly knew who he was because of what he was doing. And then he told people, he had the balls to say, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it, and you should do it too. And he talks freely about the fact that so many people will contact him and say, Gary, I love you, man. I've been listening to your stuff, and I listened to your show you did on subject X, and I used that to close a client and get their business this morning. We wrote a $100,000 contract. And Gary's like, I'm thinking to myself, shucks. That's not exactly how he says it, but darn it, they took my client. They took my ideas. But then he immediately corrects himself and says, no, that's what I want to happen. I want everybody to succeed. I'm not going to worry about the people who are, quote, stealing my ideas because they're ideas. And most people don't even act on them. So it's an abundance mindset he's operating from. And the abundance mindset looks at the situation now and says, this is great. Think about it. You've got a way that you can reach millions of people through a platform like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, whatever platforms you're on. You can reach them for free. Yes, you can buy ads. They want you to buy ads, but they'll also show your content for free. And you need to be aware enough and knowledgeable enough about each of the platforms to figure out which one do I go to build an audience, then which one do I use to build a connection with that audience, and then how do I get them to act on my call to action to sign up for my email list. That's part of the overall strategy I'm going to talk to you about in just a moment. Knowing that information is not enough. You have to actually do it. I've been publishing hundreds of pieces of content over the last year or so, every week. And one of the things we're doing is we're actually stepping up the level of content, like the number of pieces and the quality of those pieces for each platform that we're distributing the content to. Why? Because it works. I have a TikTok video, I think I mentioned this earlier, that has 1.1 million views. Nobody on TikTok knew who I was. Nobody's going there to see me dance or do live TikToks where I'm guessing people's age or whatever happens when those crazy kids get on the TikToks. But it's a great place to get exposure for your brand, and anybody can do it. I mean, I'm not in my 20s, not in my 30s, not in my 40s. I'm rolling into my 50s. I've rolled all the way to 57. So I guess you could say I'm there. But there are people who are passionately watching and commenting on my videos. They're communicating with me. I'm building a community there. I'm spending lots of time answering the comments myself because that's what Gary told me to do, and it works. And my point in saying all this is not to brag about my accomplishment because it's really small. There's plenty of children who have more views than I have, and that's the point. There's a place for everybody to talk about your stuff. Whatever, if you have something to say or to sell, you need to get online and start doing it. This is how you build a brand today. That's the point. Now, maybe your experience has been different. You've posted lots of videos, lots of content, and you've gotten no response and you made no sales. I should back up and tell you we have made plenty of sales online of our high-ticket products, low-ticket and high-ticket products. We've been testing different pricing structures, different products and offers, and I've sold products as much as $15,000, or actually lately $25,000 to $30,000, one single ticket purchased by one person for $30,000. Yes, that's happened because they saw a video or one or two or maybe three videos in this particular case. That happens. And lots of people have bought $47, $97 offers. We'll talk more about pricing and the value ladder and all that at another time, but we're walking the talk. That's why I'm having this discussion with you right now. I'm modeling for you what I think you should be doing. And I think it's important that I'm transparent about that and share it with you, because otherwise you might be tempted to think, well, this guy's got something to sell me. And so he's telling me to do all this stuff, and then he's going to teach me how to do it. That's how his little scam is going to work. Well, it's not a scam. I will teach you how to do things like that if you want. There are plenty of places you can go learn it. You can Google it, for instance. You can Google it. It'll take you longer because you have to wade through all the bullshit that's out there. But you can find the information for free. Product placement, Revel 77, finest coffee in Spokane. We'll be talking more about them in a moment as we talk about stepping up the level of your marketing. So my point in saying maybe you put out all this content and you got no sales, it's probably because you don't have an overall strategy. You just heard put out lots of content, so you thought, I'll post a bunch of videos and see what happens. And then nothing happened, and you said, that stuff doesn't work. It only works for Gary because he's a celebrity. Well, that's how he got to be a celebrity. And it does work, but you need to have a strategy. Like if you're posting 100 pieces of content a week and you have no singular call to action in every piece of content that leads people back to one point where they can make the next step with you, like sign up for your email newsletter, then it's not going to work for you. If it does, it's just going to be by accident, by coincidence, by God stepping in and saying, I need to help this goober. Let me get some business your way. If you do it on purpose as part of an integrated system of marketing, this is the problem most people have. They don't have an integrated marketing system. They have episodic marketing because they realize, oh, shoot, we need some money so we can go buy this thing we need for the business. So I need to do some marketing to sell something because we don't have any money coming in, because they don't have a system working for them automatically. And how do I know this? Again, I'm being fully transparent. Before I had the brain surgery, I had shoulder surgery. So for 2 years, going on 3 years, I've been dealing with some serious health concerns that took me out of the picture for long periods of time. And I noticed when I wasn't around, the business didn't produce very much cash flow. And that's how we got into this whole idea of we need to build a marketing system for ourselves first, and then we can lead our clients and show them how to do what we did, not tell them what we think they should do, even though we don't do it ourselves. It's no longer true because I got bit, so you don't have to. Now, we built that marketing system using ClickFunnels. I had members of my team dig up some old funnels we had built back before I had the shoulder surgery and said, you need to get these up and running because we need to make some money. And we did. And some of you know that September, a few months ago, I went to Orlando and accepted our 2 Comma Club award at Funnel Hacking Live because we had earned $1 million in a single funnel. So guess what? It works. It works so well. We're all dug in with ClickFunnels. We're on ClickFunnels 2.0. And if you click on the tools page, you can see it here somewhere where you're watching this video, probably. There'll be a link to it. It doesn't change your price 1 penny, but it helps support us providing free material like this. So if you do that, I'd appreciate it. Not required, just thanks if you do. So we built the system and we're continuing to build that system. And we've developed some ideas, which we've learned from Russell and the ClickFunnels team and other people that I know and work with in the marketing business. And we're now practicing what we preach. So your expectations may be high about your marketing, but until you integrate it into a system that works automatically, it's not going to work for you. And this is what I want to talk to you about. The new required level of sophistication that you need to have if you're going to compete in today's marketplace. Remember, everybody that you consider a competitor, almost all of them just got way better and you didn't even notice, because now they're using AI in their Canva account to write better social media content, to write better manuals for their webinars and their seminars, their workshops. They're using AI, artificial intelligence, to edit their videos, to create the thumbnails for the videos on YouTube, to outline their content, to analyze other people's content and figure out, why did that work? How can I duplicate that without stealing the actual words from the person? They're using AI to edit their photographs. They're using AI to create art. They're using AI to write really good sales copy. ChatGPT has made good, solid copywriters out of people who don't have an idea what they're doing. And that's good news for you and me, especially for copywriters. Because why? Because we do know what we're doing. And we can architect and think of ChatGTP, or like a better product that's more focused on writing copy, like ElysiumWriter.ai would be a good example. Shameless product plug. That's our product that we created. It's available for free. I'll tell you more about that in a few moments. So all your competitors got really good, got a lot better, got significantly closer to eating your lunch, and maybe you didn't even notice. Now that you've noticed, a lot of you are just quitting. I know, because I get those calls, I get those emails saying, well, I closed down my business. I finally decided to retire. I just can't fight this fight anymore. I can't run this race anymore. And that's good news, because that person understands what their boundaries, their limits are, and they just made more room for me and you. And it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, because now we get to dig in and serve deeper. This is what I want to get across to you in this show, this one idea. The cost of doing business did just go up. And it's not because of supply chain problems, although that may be true for you as well. It's because of artificial intelligence and your competitors getting suddenly better and you needing to step up and do the same. Like using AI to do your actual ad buying and placement and analyzing your copy and your pages and the number of conversions you get. And artificial intelligence is here to stay, my friends. It's not a trend that's going away. It's getting embedded deeper and deeper into everything we do. And if you don't keep up, you're going to be left behind. If you're one of the copywriters or internet marketing people who say, no, ugly websites still sell, and ugly copy and hypey copy with red marker all over it and yellow highlighter, that's still the way to do it. That may work for you as you market to the people who are like you, but that's a tiny bubble on the internet. 99.9% of the people are not like that. And for those people, the people you want to have as your customer, if you want to have a big business, you've got to be able to scale to the mass market. And that means you're now not competing with a bunch of other internet marketing types. You're competing with Coke, with McDonald's, with Marvel, with Paramount, with cinema, with movies, with top musical acts like Taylor Swift. You're side by side competing with the best in the entertainment business. And what in the world does this mean to you if you have like a local business? Like if you have a coffee shop, for instance, what in the world does it have to do with you? It has everything to do with you, because the local coffee shop, as a very pertinent example, pertinent because I own one with my son. My son Sean and I co-own Rebel 77 in Spokane, Washington. Come on by and get some coffee. It's the best coffee in town, if I do say so myself. We take great care in how we roast the beans, how we prepare your beverages, and we'll be talking more about that because we're using Revel as a case study in what does all this have to do with a business like a coffee shop in a local town in the Pacific Northwest. If you, as the owner of that coffee shop or that massage therapy studio or that dental practice or that real estate office or that attorney's office or a used car lot, or if you're a speaker, a writer, a trainer, a coach, you do stuff online, I have plenty of friends around here who do that kind of stuff too. Your brand is built on social, and it's built by putting out content that talks about what you do and who you are and what makes you unique. And it's not just about business stuff. It's not you constantly being on social media selling stuff to people. It's about you educating, doing education-based marketing, edutainment, if you will, about making connection with people, about letting them see who you are personally. Like, people know that I'm a copywriter and a marketing consultant. Sure, they know that. They know I've worked with some pretty famous people. But it was only when I began letting people know about what I was thinking and feeling about my faith, about having Parkinson's, about the challenges of running a business when you have a chronic illness like that. That's when I started to really feel a connection with my audience like I've never felt before. I had people contacting me out of the blue, sending me books, sending me nutritional supplements, sending me an invitation to come to an Amway meeting. I'm not kidding. People trying to help. That's how you know you're doing this right. You formed an emotional connection with people and they're responding emotionally. That was important. You should make note of that. And you do that by doing the very thing you're scared of doing, which is getting online like I'm doing right now and revealing a bunch of personal stuff that later you're going to go, I'm not sure that was a good idea to talk about all that. It's a good idea to talk about that. That's what'll get you where you want to go. And it's also risky of me to tell you, you have to do it well. It used to be just take your phone. Gary Vee is famous for his, just get one of these and start talking to it and talk to it about how you feel about the New York Jets or whatever. That used to be enough. Now you got to be a little more sophisticated, in my belief. My experience tells me I've got to give more value like a 20-to-1 ratio, like 20 valuable posts people can use to go improve their copy or their ads or their marketing and make more money. 20 of those before I put out the one video that sells something, because I got to take the time to build up that trust till we hit the trust tipping point. And people's response to the one sales video is going to be, oh, I need to get some of that. And so the cost of doing that has gone up. It takes time, it takes intention, it takes effort, and it takes some skill to make videos that look like this video. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, on my YouTube channel, it takes equipment and lighting and editing and all the things that make it work the way it does, so it looks different than something that came off my phone. Although that can work for you in the beginning, right now, today. So it depends on what level of the game you're at, but the commitment that I'm asking you for, that I'm telling you you're going to have to make if you want to win this game, is you've got to produce a higher level of helpful content. And the hardest thing for most of us in the business world to get our head wrapped around is we got to give away all of our best secrets for free. It's like, what, are you crazy? I have a registered trademark on that. I'm not going to give it away for free. Giving away my pastor framework, registered trademark, Ray Edwards International, Inc. Giving it away for free online was a stroke of brilliance that was not my idea. It was the idea of a friend of mine named Jay Abraham, who said, you should give away your best ideas for free, because that's how people will know you're worth trusting and you've got something to offer. And they'll say to themselves, when they need help in your area of expertise, they'll say, I should go talk to that guy because he came up with that framework. And that works. Most of your competitors will not play the game at this level. They won't do this level of video production. They won't do this level of intentionally producing a podcast, of making all these small pieces of micro content. And let me share with you. I know what some of your feelings are about this. You're too busy. You don't have time. It's not the best use of your time. You don't have the money to hire a team to do it for you. When I started doing this, I did it all myself. And it was only because of the park incidents that I ended up getting other people to help me, because it was taking me way too long to do it. It doesn't cost as much as you think to get somebody really good to do these things for you. And it's worth the investment. And it is an investment in your listeners, in your viewers, and your customers. So what are we doing beyond the marketing stuff? That's kind of self-serving. We can look at that and say, well, you do that, of course, because you want to get people to send you money. Well, yes, I'm in business. I've developed some habits. Like I love to live indoors and have running water and food and so forth. Electricity. Those are my habits. So I support them by charging people money for stuff. But beyond that, we're doing other things. Like we have a copywriting. I'm just going to walk through some of the things we're doing. I'm not trying to sell you something right now. Although if you want to buy something, you're more than welcome to do it. But my point is I want to illustrate for you what you've got to do if you want to not just survive, but thrive in this post-pandemic economy. You've got to serve people better, deeper, harder. So that means we have hired a bunch of coaches for our copywriting training program, which we used to charge $2,000 for, and we still do sort of. I'll explain to you how you can get it for free if you want in just a few moments. Once upon a time, we just sold a digital course on how to write copy that sells, and you worked through the course and you learned how to write copy. Then you went out and figured out how to do a product launch or how to set up a sales funnel or whatever you needed to do, get your copy out in front of prospects, and you sold stuff. And we loved getting testimonials from people saying, your copywriting course really helped us. Our ads got better response. We sold more stuff. That was great. But now people are used to Netflix and Amazon Prime. And that means they want what they want. They want it now, and they want it shorter, and they want it all at once. Nobody wants to get a course. You have to wait a week between 2-hour videos that teach you the stuff in the course. Everybody wants 10-minute videos. They want them all right now so they can binge them and get the learning done and get to using this stuff. I understand that because I want the same thing. That's when I knew. When I realized that, when I found myself in a course where this person who I bought the course from had made these 2-hour long videos, which were very good, but I was impatient. I was like running them on 2 times speed. I was saying to myself, why don't you make these 10 minutes long and make more of them so it's easier for me to consume it and move through the material? So I realized we have to do the same thing. And because we're teaching people to write, the one thing you can't do in a digital course for writers is read their writing and give them feedback. The rest of my team has other jobs to do, so we had to hire coaches so that everybody who joins our copywriting training and marketing training academy get feedback on their actual marketing. Like if you join, you get feedback on your marketing from a coach, from a real coach whom I've trained and certified. That requires an investment on our part. I'm just saying this is what it takes to run a successful business like this nowadays. You got to do this. You got to give people more. You got to serve them better in a deeper way. We decided we needed to form a real community So we invested in Circle, which is a community building software. We have lots of people involved in Circle now. Our customers, our prospects, our team members, our coaches are in Circle, all working together to support one another, because gone are the days you just sell somebody a course and do some calls for a few weeks and call it good and wish them good luck. You can do that, but you'll be out of business before too long, because people want a community where they can come back and reconnect and make friends and get support. So we're giving them that as well. We also saw the AI revolution coming and decided we needed to develop our own AI software as a service, which would write copy according to the principles that I teach, because I can't in good conscience sell software to people that teaches them how to write copy or that writes copy for them in a way that I don't agree with ethically, because I have certain standards of how we write our copy, certain standards of empathy, of morality. Yes, I have some morality. Go figure. I just think we should be honest in our copy. And just FYI, copy doesn't need to be hypey to sell. It just needs to be clear. So we created ElysiumWriter.ai. The links are underneath this video or in the show notes. If you're listening to the podcast, you can go check it out. You can use Elysium for 30 days for free when you come into our community and check that out, try it out, see if it's for you. Risk-free, of course. So all these things we're doing to serve you better. We're creating more videos with more detail and more how-to and more deep information like this. And we're doing it as we go, because our goal for this year is to 10x our revenue. So we should be over $10 million by the end of this year in revenue. And I've never done that before. I don't even know how to do it. I just boldly stated we're going to do it, and we're working our butts off to get it done now. We're going to try some things that are probably going to flop, and you're probably going to know about them because I'm going to be talking about them as we go. Right now, we're building marketing hubs, or funnel hubs, as the ClickFunnels community knows them. We built one for me. We're building one for Rebel 77. We're stepping up the marketing game on our local coffee shop. We're going to prove you can build a marketing hub in a local market for a business that's not primarily online, and you can build an online presence and multiply your profits by building one of these marketing hub sites. And that's exactly what we're doing. We've got other clients. We have an RV dealership back east we just signed a deal with. So we're offering those through our agency, and we're doing it slowly. Like right now, we only have one opening for a marketing hub. If you wanted a funnel hub built, you could contact us. We could talk about it. It's not an insignificant investment. It's pretty spendy. But if you've got a business where you're doing $500,000 to $1 million to $3 million in that range, and you want to take your web presence to the next level, this might be something worth talking about. If that's the case, just drop an email to support@rayedwards.com and just put in the subject line funnel hub, and we'll get in touch with you and see if there's a reason for us to have a discussion. So I'm sharing all this as an illustration of what we're doing, how we're walking the walk to make this stuff happen. And I also want you to model what I'm talking about for yourself and ask, how can I do that in my business? Maybe this has been something of an awakening for you as you learn what we're doing. And you can watch our business very carefully. You can watch rayedwards.com and you can watch Rebel 77 Coffee. And we'll be showing you what we're doing for that business so you can see in real time how we're marketing this coffee shop business on the internet using the techniques we promote and say work, because they do. You can watch that and learn and observe and copy what we're doing. Not copy our copy. Like, don't plagiarize from us, but please. But you can certainly copy the strategy, the idea, the overall approach that we're taking. I encourage you to do that. And then we're making more material available for free than we ever have. So when I say free online, I mean it's free. Like on the YouTube channel, all you have to do is go watch it. You don't even have to sign up for anything. We will encourage you to sign up for our email newsletter, where we publish our marketing experiments, what works, what doesn't, what our clients are doing that works and what doesn't work for them. And we do that freely. And all you have to do is give us your email address. If you want that, go to rayedwards.com, rayedwards.com, rayedwards.com. Sign up for my daily email, the Daily Ray, we call it. It's like a vitamin for your marketing. Check that out. That's free. The podcast is free. We publish articles on the website that are free at rayedwards.com. We have lower priced products. Sometimes we offer things for $97 or so. That's not an all the time thing, but it occasionally happens. You learn about that if you're on the email list, or you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook or on TikTok or any of the socials. I'm on all the socials. So follow me there. We can communicate there. Even Twitter. I'm on Twitter too. I got a blue check mark because I pay $7 a month for it or something like that. Then here's the bold step we're really taking forward. We're taking the business of selling our secrets, like my training on how to write copy, and we're putting that into a members academy, which compared to just selling the course is very inexpensive for you because it's about more than just copy. We've taken the academy to a whole new level, And we're covering all this intricate complexity of building an integrated marketing system every month. That's our ongoing topic. Not just how do you write the copy, although that's core, because communication is core to what we do. If there's one thing you can improve in your business, you don't do anything else. Improve the level of your communication and you'll improve the results you get in your business. If you can get the clarity of your communication right, if you have your destination set correctly when you're trying to communicate with your customers, if you know how to talk to them in a way that they respond to, you have that clear compass, then you'll be able to communicate in a way that'll make you more money and make them feel better because you're helping them. So if you only do one thing as a result of this podcast, get better at communicating with your customers. If you want to do all the things, you want to up-level your game in video, in audio, in online presence, in social media brand building, then come try out the Academy. There's a link wherever you're watching this content. You can click on to give it a try. And it's very inexpensive compared to other things. And one of our goals is that you'll stop when you come to the Academy. This is one of our sneaky tactics to get you to become a member and keep paying us year after year. The sneaky thing we're doing is we're going to give you the content you need to put the stuff we have for you, the copywriting and marketing training, to put that into action. We're going to share with you resources, information, experts who will come into our group and teach you how to shoot the video, how to structure your product launch, how to do all the things. So you don't have to buy 10 $2,000 courses this year that you won't watch because it's not necessary. We're putting it all together in one package for you and tying a bow on it and saying, here's what we've learned. Here's what we're doing that's working. Take it and make it work for you. It's our gift that you paid a small price for. That's the done with you level of service we give. So we're showing you what to do and how to do it. And we have group coaching calls where we critique your work. We coach you individually to give you feedback on your work. That's doing it with you. And then we have the done for you level of service as well. So depending on where you are in your business, that may be right for you. That's very expensive. It's beyond most people's ability to pay by design. Like a minimum project for me personally, I must stand to make $250,000 to even get my attention on that project. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant or be a jerk. That's a boundary I've drawn because I've got other things I want to spend my time on. Like I'm helping raise money for Parkinson's awareness. And I like doing these free trainings. I enjoy doing this stuff. So I can't take on a bunch of full-time clients or I'd be a full-time client person. We have an agency for that. But anyway, if you need help, what I'm trying to say is just contact us. Go to rayedwards.com or call our offices at 509-624-2220. It's a real phone number. A real person will answer it during business hours. 509-624-2220. And we can set up a call and talk with you and see if we can help you. And we can't help everybody. So it's not going to be a sales pitch. It's going to be us exploring what you might need in the way of help and whether we might be able to give you that help. And if we can't help you, then we'll point you in the right direction because I want you to succeed. And that's why we're doing all this. That's why I did this podcast, which will not be popular because it doesn't promise instant riches. It doesn't promise an easy road to making $10,000 tomorrow. It promises you got to work hard. You got to do better. You got to make better stuff. You got to spend more time with your people, teaching them how to use what you made for them, helping them implement it so they get results. It's a complex question. It's a complex field of competition out there. And in order to succeed, you've got to provide some complex solutions. But the good news is for people like you and me, that all sounds like a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this. That's why I'm doing it. And I enjoy doing it at a new level of service because that makes me excited to feel like, man, we can really help people more. And I love that. So things to think about. Maybe go back over those initial questions I was asking. And we may have more training on this. I'm sure we will. We'll have more training on this topic coming up. If you want to know more about building integrated marketing systems, how you can do it yourself, we can do it for you or do it with you, just reach out and contact us. For heaven's sake, at least subscribe to this podcast. If you're listening to the audio, you can get it on Spotify, you can get it on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're on YouTube, you like watching YouTube videos, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for sure, go to rayedwards.com and sign up for our email list. I promise I'll send you an email when we have a new video or podcast for you to listen to or watch. Until next time, my prayer for you is that God blesses you, that you enjoy long life and good health, and that you prosper with purpose.